Good morning, I'm Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. With the change of guard at Supreme Court, the apex body has been alleged of ignoring high-profile corruption cases. Corruption cases pending at the Supreme Court for at least 10 years. Nepal's per capita income in the ongoing fiscal year registers a dramatic rise, projected to cross $1,004 equivalent to just over 100,000 rupees. French President Emmanuel Macron uses his speech to the joint houses of the US Congress to denounce nationalism and isolationism, terms such policies a threat to global prosperity. And defending champions Real Madrid secured a 2-1 win over Bayern Munich in the first leg's second semi-final of the UEFA Champions League played late last night. With the change of guard at the Supreme Court, the apex body has been alleged of ignoring high-profile corruption cases. The corruption cases of former ministers, security chiefs, top brass government officials have been pending at the Supreme Court for at least 10 years. At least 611 files of corruption cases are under consideration at the Supreme Court. 19 of these cases involve high-profile government officials who have been charged of abusing their authority to amass wealth and property disproportionate to their income. Justices have been alleged of either ignoring or avoiding these cases under different pretexts. In recent times, the corruption cases have failed to be in the priority of the hearing schedule at the Supreme Court. The high-profile corruption cases includes that of former Minister Govindaraj Joshi, former Secretary Padam Prasad Pokhral, former IGP of Nepal Police Motilal Bohra, Pradeep Samsher Rana, officials of Nepal Oil Corporation, political appointees, among others. During the tenure of Chief Justice Ram Prasad Shrestha, cases involving corruption were put at top priority. The trend followed during the tenure of Chief Justice Khilaraj Regmi and Sushila Kharki as well. However, following the departure of Chief Justice Kharki, there has been a noticeable clampdown on the hearing of corruption cases. The Department of Homeland Security in USA is preparing to cancel the temporary residence permits of about 9,000 immigrants from Nepal, the Trump administration's latest move to expel foreigners living in the United States with some form of provisional status. The Department of Homeland Security Secretary is required to make a decision 60 days in advance of the TPS expiry date. In Nepal's case, the deadline falls on the anniversary of the earthquake, which was yesterday. It is now time for a short break, but for more news, to stay with us. It has been 3 years since the 2015 April earthquake of 7.8 magnitude, which had rocked the nation. The massive earthquake and its aftermath took lives of at least 8,979 people. At least 776,000 families were displaced from the most affected 14 districts along with 32 other districts. Despite formation of National Reconstruction Authority to reconstruct the houses destroyed by the devastating earthquake, over 640,000 earthquake-affected people are still compelled to face harsh conditions under makeshift shelters. As of now, 1.2 million victims have built their houses. Of the 544 health centers and more than 8,300 damaged school buildings, only 255 health centers and 3,600 schools have been reconstructed. More than 753 heritage sites had sustained damages. In the course of 3 years, only 100 such sites have been reconstructed. The country had to bear a loss of 6.66 billion rupees and the government had expected reconstruction at the investment of 8.5 billion rupees. A small amount of international loan has been received as of yet, despite assurance of 4.4 billion international aid for reconstruction post the earthquake. And yesterday we asked the earthquake victims of Gorkha and Bhaktapur regarding what memories they have of the 2015 April earthquake. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
त्यो भूकम्पमा आफ्नो बुवा पनि गुमाएको छु र त्यस्तो चाहिँ कसैलाई पनि नपरोस्
खासमा बसेर नाखेरी भनी पिछाल आयो कि भनेर सम्झना आउँछ डर के गर्नु
त्यस्तो जुन बेला चाहिँ नआओस् भनेर चाहिँ सम्झिन्छ के
सब ठुलो उडिसक्यो अनि बाहिर आएपछि आफ्नो घर भड्केर भागेर गएपछि घर छैन
छोरी र बारी त्यहाँ फल्चामा चर्चा टोलमा बसेर बाहिर बसेको त्यो भूकम्पले छेचेर दुईजना पुलिस आएर 8-9 जना पुलिस आएर हेर्दा मर्यो
मान्छेको जीवन घुमाको एकतिर धन सम्पत्ति क्षति भएको एकतिर कता बसौँ कता खाम कता जाउँ भएको एकतिर है त्यो दिन चाहिँ यो जीवनमा कहिल्यै नआओस्।
The question is, why is there delay in reconstruction works? Your options are A. Extreme politicization, B. Lack of sensitivity, and C. Procedural hassles. The voting is on. You can type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and then send it to 8080 to share your opinion with us. Nepal's per capita income in the ongoing fiscal year has registered a dramatic rise and is projected to cross $1,004, equivalent to just over 100,000 rupees. Based on a report released by the Central Bureau of Statistics, this is the first occasion that the per capita income has reached 4-digit mark. However, contrary to the Finance Ministry's recent declaration of economic growth standing at 6%, Central Bureau of Statistics (CBS) has published its forecast below 6%. Based upon its release, the per capita income will see a leap from $866 to $1,004. Towards the sector-wise growth, CBS has predicted that agriculture sector would see an increase of less than 3%, while industrial sector will see a growth of 8.7% and service sector by 6.62%. According to CBS, the total economy this fiscal year will reach 3,007 billion rupees. The agriculture sector, that covers 28% of Nepal's gross domestic product, will see a small growth of 2.92%. Decrease in production of paddy, among others, is said to be the reason behind this meager growth in the sector. Exports will be limited to 8.79% in the total GDP, which is equivalent to 264 billion rupees. It is estimated that Nepal will import goods worth 1,369 billion rupees in the ongoing fiscal year, which is 45% of the GDP. Time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
The All Nepal Football Association ANFA election has been announced for the 5th of May. The election date was confirmed yesterday after Patan High Court quashed the earlier verdict to halt the election. The joint bench of Justices Prakash Kumar Dhungana and Vishnu Prasad Koirala at the Patan High Court revoked an earlier interim order not to proceed ahead with the ANFA election. The earlier scheduled election on 26th March was put on hold following the interim order. The World Football Governing Body FIFA, Asian Football Confederation AFC, and other stakeholders had been putting pressure on ANFA to hold the election. The post of ANFA president had been vacant since Narendra Shrestha's term ended 6 months ago. Karma Chering Sherpa and Mani Kuwar are in the fray for the top ANFA post. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories one more time. With the change of guard at Supreme Court, the apex body has been alleged of ignoring high-profile corruption cases. Corruption cases pending at Supreme Court for at least 10 years. Nepal's per capita income in the ongoing fiscal year registers a dramatic rise, projected to cross $1,004, equivalent to just over 100,000 rupees. French President Emmanuel Macron uses his speech to the joint houses of the US Congress to denounce nationalism and isolationism, terms such policies a threat to global prosperity. And defending champions Real Madrid secured a 2-1 win over Bayern Munich in the first leg's second semi-final of the UEFA Champions League played late last night. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a great day ahead.